Yeah, if I could just, before we look at it, just, I mean, since we don't have a police department to enforce it, we'd be dependent on the sheriff's department. Is this within the village or within the town? I don't even know where you're talking about. But I think you should bring it, let the Putnam County Attorney review it. If you're talking about the village of Brewster, the Brewster Village Attorney, to see if this is something that their police department would enforce, if we have the authority to even pass laws within the village. So before we discuss it, I would like to see some legal opinions on this first.
Well, I understand that I understand the village of Brewster will not enforce any loitering law if there is a loitering law, but I do know that this town board has approved putting up signs along our town property, which is 1 Main Street as well as 67 Main Street, and we have been successful in getting signs up that say no loitering, no trespassing, please take notice. And those particular buildings are in the village of Brewster, and whether the Brewster Police Department is enforcing them or not, at least we got that portion and a sign to at least notify the public and the community that we will not put up with any loitering and hanging around and leaning on personal properties of our town employees and our town residents.
But before we actually pass any law, I spoke to the captain, I think it's McNamara of the Sheriff's Department in the past.
Yes, Bill McNamara.
And he said that, you know, the Sheriff's Department does not enforce local laws unless it's approved by the county attorney's office.
Okay.
So I'm asking Michael if you could just submit it to the county attorney, see if they'll approve it, if there's something that'll be enforced, because I don't want to pass a law that's not going to be enforceable.
Copy that. All right, with that, I move that we enter executive session.
Wait, we have public comment?
Yeah, under new business.
And is there a second?
Public comment?
Is there a second?
Is there any more public
I
comment?
do have something.
Since that's on the agenda?
Well, it's interesting that public comment is put at the end of the agenda, which it's never been put on before, but I appreciate the supervisor has always entertained the public at each
Not
and every
always.
portion of the meeting to entertain the
Not
public
22
and
bang
take
bangs.
comments. So for this now to be entered onto this, it's kind of odd, but I appreciate that you have always, in each and every meeting, allowed the public to speak.
Thanks,
Gotta be
Councilman.
kidding.
That's why we're here at
Okay.
11 o'clock. All right, there's a motion. Is there a second for executive session?
I second that, please.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye?
Move
No,
to
here we-
executive session?
No.
Again?
One,
Does
Bob, you
anyone
don't
want,
wanna-
does anyone
you don't
have
wanna-
public
I do, but
comment?
I just want to do it.
We'll have-
Does
we'll
anyone have
order.
public comment?
Please, we'll
Sits in
have
the audience
order.
and then she comes
We
back.
need to
Oh,
adjourn to
someone's
executive
here.
session.
Someone's
to-
here.
oh, we have
I see
public
a body.
comment.
All right, this,
I'd like
sure.
to say something.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Just because, Councilman, you said you always entertain the public. My name is Colin Lord. I'm from 10509.org also. I actually wanted to jump back really quick and address the loitering laws that we were going to review. I haven't had a chance to review it either, but I just wanted to ask, because you stated, Councilman Yee, that the signs that you posted in Brewster were going to say no loitering, no trespassing, please take notice. They don't say that. They say no soliciting, no trespassing, please take
My mistake then, I'm sorry. I know we had put up
Okay.
signs, I didn't get the exact wording. but
Thank you
it-
for
it-
the-
No. I pointed out because we had a discussion at the work session regarding the terminology of loitering versus soliciting in the town, and that loitering was a difficult word to define in the sense that people could be conceivably shopping or, I don't know,
Hanging out?
or hanging out, right?
Right.
And that distinction is difficult to define. So I ask that we all take notice that the signs don't say no loitering, they say no soliciting, and that when you review the law, that I expect to know what the distinction is.
Fair enough, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I move we enter executive session. Is there a second?
I think the town clerk wanted to make one point.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Until the time clerk speaks.
Okay,
So we are
I-
not entering executive session again.
Just to let the town clerk
Yes,
make
yes,
a
we-
point.
Can I just
have-
make one statement first before we do anything? Is the town clerk here on official business? Because apparently I see her jumping out, sitting in the audience, coming back, you know, and this is actually the first time, Supervisor, I've seen her at a work session.
I noticed. She
And
refuses
this-
to come.
Exactly, and this is what I've been talking about since day one, that
I know.
we need someone to take minutes of these meetings. And obviously, the town clerk just sits here now and has not taken minutes to the meeting. And this is a public meeting. This information needs to be documented. I have fought this over and over again, and the point has to be made this evening that the town clerk has finally presented herself this evening, but I don't know if she's here in her official capacity other than interrupting, disrupting, sitting in the audience, and coming back and forth. So I would like to ask the town clerk, are you here in official capacity, or is
Okay,
this
let
just
me
a part of the
answer-
process?
Is this an interrogation and a personal
No, it's a
attack?
question, Ms.
Is
Hudak.
this an
I think it
attack,
sounds
an
like a-
interrogation, but I shall answer
Ruth,
anyway.
you have the floor.
This is
Go
a
ahead
work
and make your
session,
point.
and there is no requirement ever for any town clerk ever to take written minutes. We have a tape. We do not need, and I've given you the opinion, but I guess, right, you didn't understand it. Number two, when you were talking about the gravy train and the state controller and
Obviously, it's a separate
all the,
thing.
excuse me,
Yeah,
Dwight, I'm
she's
talking,
setting
please
it
stop
up.
there.
Ruth, you have the
Never
floor.
been here
Please
before,
make your
and
point,
I'm-
so we can go into
if-
executive
if-
session.
She's never been here
Could
before.
you ask, Mr. Bach, could you ask him to be
Ruth,
respectful?
Ruth, you
Okay.
have the floor. Make your point. Thank you.
When you spoke of, if you noticed, when you spoke of the gravy train, the state controller, and everything else of the, what I call rantings, I chose not to be up here because I am embarrassed to sit up here when a board, two people in particular, talk the way they do. I am embarrassed. I think they're unprofessional, and I chose to remove myself from the dais when they did that. Number three, Mr. Yee brought great mention that Mr. Trelstead was here, which we did have to pay him. Mr. Wright's secretary forwarded me the agenda. She put Mr. Trelstead as number 9, which I guess you could check, which was after gravy train, controller, legal services, federal consumer price index, and loitering law. If I had known that Mr. Trelstead
Okay,
or
Ruth.
the, excuse me, if
Please make
Mr.
your point.
Trelstead, who was being paid per hour, was going to be here, I would have certainly put him in the beginning. So what I'm requesting, no, you never told me, Nancy, you could
Ruth,
smile all you want.
you may make your
Okay.
point.
What I'm asking
we're going
is
to
that...
executive session.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Ruth, make your point so we can go into
I,
executive
as
session.
everyone else, I think I am making a point. What I would like you to do is direct your secretary, if there is anyone coming here who would like to speak, to let me know, so I will certainly put them on in the beginning. To pay Mr. Trelstead for 4 or 5 hours to sit here and listen to dribble,
Okay.
I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So
Ruth, you're charged with the agenda. You're responsible for
I'm
it.
in charge
Do
with
your
the
job.
agenda. Your number 9 was Mr. Trelstead, which I did not know he was going to be in person. You never said, Mr. Trelstead, you said MS for compliance reimbursement. I thought that was your talk. Excuse me,
And the same
Dwight.
thing happened last week with
Ruth,
I
make your
know, the
point.
same thing
So we can go
happens,
into
it
executive
happens
session.
all the time.
Once
You
again,
never
the
let
town
me...
clerk should not be
Alright.
handling the agenda.
Excuse
Okay.
me, but I'm talking.
Okay, go ahead, Ruth. You have the
Thank
floor.
you.
Make your
Dwight, can
point.
you just zip for a minute?
Excuse me?
Ruth,
Could you zip it
Ruth,
for a minute?
Ruth, no
Yeah,
back
you
and
heard me.
forth. Make your point so we can go into
Okay, my
executive
point
session.
is, if anybody, yes, I'm trying to make my point. If anybody, if Nancy knows, or if Michael knows, or if Mr. Yee knows, if anybody who is coming here personally, if, when they send me the agenda, before I do it, if they will let me know, and I will certainly try to put them in the beginning.
Accommodate them.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
the town clerk did indeed,
You like what I
the
said?
town clerk did indeed listen to me when I had asked to place the old town hall as early as possible on the agenda, because I knew that there was going to be a lot of people here, and I knew there'd be young people here who wanted to listen, who wanted to participate. And the town clerk did indeed put the agenda item as number 1, and I do appreciate that.
Thank you, Dwight, for your...
And I note that
Claps.
someone's at the microphone.
All right, now, Ruth has the floor. Ruth, are you finished?
No,
Of course not.
to you,
Go ahead.
Mr. Lord. No, I'm finished. Dwight
Okay.
clapped for me, he liked what I said, I'm
Then,
done.
Mr. Lord,
Hi,
Go ahead.
I'm John Lord.
Welcome.
I'm a
Thank you for
resident
joining us
of
tonight.
town. Thanks. It's been a while. I just wanted to applaud for once, well, not for once, Mr. O'Rourke's comments earlier tonight. By saying very little, I think he said a lot, and he addressed the town board as a whole. I think if you all talk to each other instead of talking to the town, instead of making every comment an appeal to
The camera.
people out there to that your opinion is the right opinion, if you just talk to each other and discussed it, like you listened so well to Mr. Charlestad, if you asked each other sensible questions instead of politicking on each point, I think we'd all benefit. Thank you.
Thank you.
John.
Thank you.
I agree.
I move we enter executive session.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Folks, when we come back, we will not conduct any public business. Thanks, and have a good night.
Good night.